I have not had this many sanctions given to one person, as many chances as she's been given. She's been given more than almost anyone else I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. I
Okay,
asked her.
don't argue with me.
Okay,
I listened to what you had to say, so why don't you listen to me now? This is one of those cases, Ms. Campbell Roundtree, that I believe the court needs to save you from yourself. Don't take this wrong. You're a mess. And the only way that we can save you from yourself is to impose a long-term period of incarceration.
Please don't put me in prison. I need to work. I need to take care of my family. I can prove to you I can do this. Sir, I can't. I can prove it. I promise I can prove it. I know people say that all the time.
This smug Karen is back in court for straight up ignoring the law and acting like none of it applies to her. And the judge here, he completely snaps. I mean, he has no more patience, no more warnings. It's just a full-on reality check she clearly was not ready for here. And honestly, just the way she's talking and moving here, I honestly would not be surprised if she's high right there in front of the judge. I mean, she's just out of it, and it really does show. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not, because some people might just say she's delusional here. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and dive in here and watch this Karen get absolutely destroyed by a no-nonsense judge.
Shannon Campbell Roundtree?
Yes.
You were set to appear before this court at 2 o'clock today. Why weren't you here?
Sorry, I got the drug construction on the way here. We came from Chanute. We got here about 10 after. I'm sorry.
Okay, I heard Chanute, and I'm sorry, and I didn't understand much else.
There was
a construction delay.
Which, of course, you should have allowed for by planning to get to Eureka much, much earlier so that you're not late and holding up a number of professionals who are waiting on you to take up your case. This is State versus Shannon L. Campbell Roundtree. Shannon Campbell Roundtree has now joined us. Earlier, the court, due to her non-appearance, entered an order of bond forfeiture, bench warrant, and a no bond hold due to her failure to appear. This time, the court is going to set aside that order because we are going to address the warrant to show cause matter today. With that now announced, Mr. Paul, what are your client's intentions?
Judge, my client's intentions are to admit to the 3 violations as outlined in the amended motion to revoke probation that was filed August 8th of 2024 and proceed to disposition at this time and forego her evidentiary hearing.
Ms. Campbell Roundtree, I'm going to read the alleged violations that are in the motion to revoke probation as amended. Defendant failed and was instructed by her ISO to report to the Greenwood County Jail on May 24, 2024 to serve a 48-hour jail sanction due to admitted to having consumed methamphetamine on May 7th, 2024. The defendant failed to report to the jail as instructed. Number 2, the defendant failed to abide by the rules of the 31st District Drug Court as directed. Number 3, defendant submitted a urine sample on August 7th, 2024 that tested positive for amphetamine/methamphetamine. The defendant signed a statement of admittance to this usage. Among other lesser remedies, the court could consider just revoking your probation outright and having you serve the remaining balance of your sentence locked up. Do you understand these things?
Yes, sir. Could I say why I didn't show up for that weekend?
First, I need you to tell me if you are waiving a hearing and are admitting these violations.
Yeah, I'm waiving my hearing.
The court does find that the defendant has knowingly waived her right to a hearing in this case and has stipulated and agreed that she committed the violations as alleged and read off by the court earlier. These are substantial and material violations of the terms and conditions of Shannon Campbell Roundtree's probation. The court will now turn to a dispositional phase. I'll ask for recommendations. I'm going to start off with Mr. Ketley again. Mr. Ketley, how do you see this case?
Her case has been kind of a long, drawn-out case, Your Honor. When we've had issues through the drug court and stuff down there. I will note that had a UA last week and she was positive for amphetamines, which she admitted to.
Ms. Gillette, your recommendations regarding an appropriate disposition.
I say this frequently in all the different courts. Choices have consequences. My own choices have consequences. All of us that work in the judicial system understand this. I am aware of the 31st Judicial District's drug court program. I'm very aware of how hard they work to help people stay on the straight and narrow. But Ms. Campbell Roundtree did not take advantage of the drug courts programs and all the things that are offered. I have not had this many sanctions given to one person to try to help her. It is astounding to me the number that she's had. And I have all of them here.
How many is that, Ms. Gillette?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 sanctions is just wild. And just so we're clear, a sanction in court means the judge is officially punishing you for violating orders or playing games with the system. It's pretty much like getting detention, except the principal can legally lock you up. I mean, this woman here had multiple lifelines like we just heard, and instead of grabbing one, she just kept swimming deeper into her own mess here. And honestly, at this point, the court's patience is borderline supernatural here. And look, I'm not saying she's high right now, but if she passed a drug test today, I'd genuinely be stunned.
There's 4 sanctions here. She was to have a 3-day weekend on 10/8 and a 3-day sanction on 10/15 as well. Both of these are for having positives in failing to refrain from using substances. So she's been given 4 sanctions in this case without having to come here and stand for formal revocation in front of the court. She's been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And I also know that there was a drug bust in Neosho County that Miss Roundtree was at. She's been given extraordinary chances to follow through. I just don't think that she is amenable to treatment. When she was ordered to do this last sanction, you got to be there to do your sanction and you got to show up. As many chances as she's been given more than almost anyone else I've ever seen. And she has not availed herself of those chances.
Sir, can I see why I wasn't available for that?
I'll give you an opportunity to address the court later. Mr. Paul, on behalf of your client, what are your recommendations regarding an appropriate disposition?
Judge, this is her, I would say, first formal probation violation in front of you, Your Honor. The first time that she's had counsel, she has waived it in the past. She's had her same job for many years now. As it is very apparent, Miss Campbell Roundtree has a substance abuse issue. And it's probably a little more serious than she thinks it is. I would ask that you sanction her appropriately and reinstate her probation at this time.
Campbell Roundtree, you wish to address the court and make a statement at this time in mitigation of punishment?
Sorry, yes. I've always abided by my sanctions, and I go to my outpatient groups. I always get men by everything. But I was supposed to do a sanction that weekend. I had been addressing in class and with my ISO that my daughter started having a drug